We have a test tomorrow over Chapter 2, Sections 3 and 4. Okay? With that being said, when you get the test tomorrow, when you come in here, I want you to immediately get out a sheet of paper. You will have 2 columns of matching. Okay? So there are going to be 8 problems. Of those 8 problems, there will be column A and column B. You are going to have in column A a slope and a point. 2 points. A slope and a B value. You're going to be given information, and you are going to have to find the equation of the line given that information. In column B, you are going to have a whole bunch of equations. Not all of them are going to be solved the same way. So you're going to take column B, and you are going to solve each of those equations in column B for y. Because column A, you are going to take the information and solve for y. Do we all understand what I just said? So when you come in here tomorrow, immediately get out a sheet of paper, and I will pass out the test to you. Yes? Then, you will have 8 of those problems that are matching. No work, no credit. If you do not show me work, but you guess the right answer, I will take off points for not showing any work. Yes? Okay. Number 2, write the equation in slope-intercept form and graph by finding the slope and the y-intercept. So you are literally going to solve for y, you are going to find the slope, and you're going to find the y-intercept, and you're going to graph the y-intercept, and then you're going to graph another point using the slope. You have 2 problems like that. Then, the last one is going to be find the x and y intercepts of the equation and graph using just the x and y intercepts. Understand that the x and y intercepts are ordered pairs. The x-intercept is a number, comma, 0. The y-intercept is 0, comma, a number. Do we all understand this? That is the test. Now, as soon as I hand out your test, this is the very first thing that you should draw on your test. Positive is going up the hill, negative is going down the hill, 0 is a 0 slope, and undefined is a vertical one. Yes? Any questions over that? How do you remember this? Y and x, y equals, x equals. Y and x, y equals, x equals. Y and x, y equals, x equals. Do we all remember me talking about that many, many times? If you have this written on your paper, your test will be very, very easy for you if you have that on your test. Okay? Any questions? Awesome. Next, here we go. First thing you're going to do on your board work today is equation of a line graphing using slope and y-intercepts. Find the equation of the line with the following information. Your slope is -2 and your point is 0, 6. Find the equation of the line. Go. Okay. Here's what your brain needs to understand. What is a y-intercept? A y-intercept is the form of what? 0b, yes? So this is 0, this is b, so that would imply that 6 is equal to your b value. So all you had to do was write y is equal to -2x plus 6. You needed to understand that they gave you the y-intercept. You did not have to find b because you already were given b. Yes? Some of you did not recognize that and you plugged in 0 for x and y for 6. That's okay, it's just taking you longer. Okay? Next, number 2, find the equation of the line. Find the equation of the line given the 2 points. That's the slope. What's the equation? That's the slope. What is the equation? That is a slope. That is not an equation. Everyone listen. The very first thing you have to do is find your slope. So this is -6 minus 5, 2 minus 2. -6 take away 5 is -11. 2 minus 2 is 0. As I talked about before, 0 in the numerator is happy, 0 in the denominator is bad, 0 is a number. So therefore it's 0 when it's in the numerator. When it's in the denominator, it is sad, so therefore it's undefined. Yes? So what slope has a slope that is undefined? What line has the equation that has a slope undefined? Nope. Your brain needs to understand your slope pick. Here's the undefined, so that means it's going to be x equals a number. And what does x equal here?
-11.
No. What does x equal here? 2. And each of the ordered pairs, x is equal to 2. Yes? And each of the ordered pairs, x is equal to 2. It doesn't have a choice. Yes? You are right with the slope. You are not right with the equation because you wrote x equals 11. Has nothing to do with 11. It has everything to do with what x is. Does everybody understand that? Okay?
I thought it was double negative. -6 minus 5.
-6 minus 5. So I'm at -6, and I'm going to take away 5 from it. So that puts me down here at -11. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, next one. Go, find the equation of the line. Okay, the very first thing that we need to do is going to be to find the slope. Bless you. So our slope is going to be 7 minus 7 over -10 minus -4. 7 minus 7 is 0. A double negative is a positive, and that's over 6, -6. Yes? 0 in the top is legal, which means this is 0. So what on my line has a slope of 0? The level line has a slope of 0. And if there is a slope of 0 there, that is y equals a number. And what number does y have to be in this ordered pair? Yes? Do we understand that? Yeah? Are we good? All right, next. Find the equation of the line. Go. Okay, what's the very first thing we need to do? Find the slope. So 5 minus 6, 7 minus 2. What is 5? Take away 6. What is 7 minus 2? This is your slope. Now from here, you need to pick a point. Parker, what point do you want? So he wants this point. So I have y equals mx plus b. 5 is y. 7 is going to be your x. -1/5 is my slope. So you're going to extend that bar, and you're going to attach them by multiplication, making -7/5 plus b over there. What do I do next? Multiply every single thing by 5. Yes? So that's going to be 25 is equal to, those 5's cancel, -7 plus a 5b. Yes? Now what? Add 7. 25 and 7 is 32. Now what? Divide by 5. Good. So 32 over 5 is equal to b. So now I have my slope and I have my y-intercept. So I go back to my equation and I write down my y. My slope is -1/5 x, and my b value is going to be 32 over 5. That is my equation. Yes?
I understand the whole process and everything. If I probably would have used a calculator, I feel like I would have got the right answer. But
Why aren't you using your Chromebook for a calculator?
oh, I thought you were saying that he didn't.
You all can use your Chromebooks for calculators. Absolutely. Okay? Use Desmos. I'm totally fine with it.
It's just a fraction. Not a big thing.
Okay.
Screws me.
Okay, put the equation in slope-intercept form. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Y equals mx plus b.
You got to solve for y, so do that. Solve for y. Okay, what do I do first to solve for y?
Try 25.
Subtract 25 is correct. So I have 5y, the 25's cancel out, and 10x minus 25 is what I have left. What do I do next? Divide every single term by 5. So y is equal to 10 divided by 5 is 2x. 25 divided by 5 is minus 5. And that is done. Now, what is my slope? My slope is 2. What is my y-intercept? It's an ordered pair. 0, negative 5. So how would I graph this? I'm going to start at 0, negative 5, which is right there. I'm going to go up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. Bam, there's my line. Do we understand that, yes or no? Okay, next. Graph using the slope and the y-intercept. So what does that mean? Solve the whole thing for what? Solve it for y, find the slope, find the y-intercept, and graph just like we did the last one. Okay, this says graph using the slope and the y-intercept. Nope. So I need to solve this thing for what letter? So what do I do? Add 6x to both sides. So I'm left with a negative 4y is equal to 6x plus 12. Now what? Divide every single term by negative 4. Yes? So this cancels out and I'm left with y is equal to, if you don't reduce the 6 over negative 4, I will mark it wrong. They are even, so what is 6 divided by 2? Negative 3 over 2x minus a 3. This is what I'm looking for. Now what is my slope? Negative 3 over 2, which means I'm going to go up 3 and to the left 2. Yes? And what is my b value? Negative 3, so that's 0, negative 3. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this thing, starting at negative 3 and going to go up 3 and to the left 2. Boom. Yes? Do we see that? It's on the test tomorrow. When it says to graph using the slope and y-intercept, what is that also known as? Solve for y. Please make sure you're paying attention to that. Okay? Go. Graph using the intercepts. What is the difference between the two sets of instructions right now? RJ? Last time you solved for y. This time it was the covering up that we did. I crossed off the one letter and I found x. I crossed off the other letter and I found y. Go. Okay, so the x-intercept, do you remember what we did? I went ahead and I did this, and I said my x-intercept was 3x is equal to 18, divided by 3. X is equal to 6. To give me the ordered pair, what? 6, 0. Then my y-intercept was done by simply moving my nice little scratched out my x's this time, making that a 6y is equal to 18, which means divide both of those by 6 and you're going to get y is equal to 3. So what is my ordered pair? 0, 3. So now I have to graph this. So I'm graphing 0, 3 and boom, there's my line. Yes? Yes? Okay, go. Graph the line. State the slope, the y-intercept, and the x-intercept as ordered pairs. Sorry? State the slope, the x-intercept, and the y-intercept. Okay, let's think about this. How many letters are in this equation? 1. So I have no choice but to solve for the letter that I have, yes? So I'm going to add 4, and I get negative 12x is equal to 30. Then what? Divide by negative 12, and I'm going to have x is equal to, divide them both by 6. If you divide them both by 6, 30 divided by 6 is 5, negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. What type of a line is an x equals? So from your nice little slope pick, your brain needs to be thinking about what that is. An x equals is over here, which means it is an undefined slope because it is on the cliff, which means it is a vertical line, and my vertical line is going to be at -5/2. So what is my x-intercept, meaning where does this thing cross the x-axis? At -5/2, 0. Where does it cross the y-axis? It does not, so I have none written here. Yes? And we talked about this a lot too whenever we did x and y intercepts, did we not? So you need to make sure you're being very, very careful. This picture right here is super important. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Graph the line, state the slope, y-intercept, and x-intercept as ordered pairs. Okay, you should be done by now. How many letters are in that equation? 1, so I have no choice but to go ahead and solve for that. So if I solve for this, I'm going to add 4 to both sides, yes? 6y is equal to 36. Divide every single term by 6, so y is equal to 6. Where does that put me on my slope pick? It puts you right on level ground, right here, okay? So we know we have a horizontal line, and we know it's going to be at 6. So my slope is what value there? What's my slope if I'm on level ground? 0. And what is going to be my x-intercept? Is this line crossing the x-axis? No, so you write none. What is my y-intercept though? 0, 6. Okay? That is the test. When is the test? Tomorrow. Your class preparedness grade will exist of, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assignments that I'm testing you over. 2, 3, worksheet 1, 2, 3, worksheet 2, 2, 3, worksheet 3. 2, 4, worksheet 1, 2, 4, worksheet 2, and 2, 3, 4, Math Excel. You will have 6 worksheets that must be completed and handed in to me by tomorrow. If they are not done by tomorrow, your class preparedness grade will be impacted by that. Yes? Your Math Excel is due at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Can I take a picture of this?
Yes, you may.
I was on here one